Hi, my name is Sterling, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you're not new here, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sterling, as I mentioned before, and we talk a lot about luxury beauty, particularly in fragrances, because they're one of my favorite subjects to really obsess over and talk about. So today, actually, I have this really interesting video that I mentioned in my previous video that we're going to talk about is the differences between eau de toilette and eau de parfum. And so those are generally the questions I used to get as a former SA at the fragrance counter all the time, what the differences were. So I am here today to tell you what the differences are between those two types of fragrances. So if you don't understand what I'm talking about here, is that fragrances actually have there's different types of levels. So these different types of levels of fragrances are actually in four to five categories. So it goes down, I'm going to go from the list of least concentrated to most concentrated. So we have the eau de cologne, eau de toilette, eau de parfum, and then parfum. So generally for women's fragrances, you see this more now than ever, is that there is the eau de toilette and then the eau de parfum. And these two are generally the most common you'll see in women's because of the amount of juice that's in the fragrance, or aka the oil concentration that's in the fragrance. So I'm actually going to start with the eau de toilette. So the eau de toilette is really interesting because I would also get this question because somebody would say, what's the toilet water fragrance? And I'm like, it's not toilet water, it's just it's like less concentrated. So it was so cute the way they asked. So with an eau de toilette, it's actually it's a really interesting concept of how the fragrance in general is less concentrated than the other one because the juice concentration. So it is 10 to 15% of juice, aka the actual perfume itself, before you put in the alcohols, which alcohol is not bad, the coloring, if it has any coloring, water, things like that, along with some extra preservatives. And so why I say alcohol is not bad is because alcohol helps preserve the actual fragrance itself, because if you don't have the alcohol in it, the fragrance will literally like evaporate very quickly. So don't feel like you need to be terrified of like alcohol in the fragrance. It's very purified alcohol, so just keep that in mind. So that's the eau de toilette. And then you have the eau de parfum. And so the eau de parfum is generally for the women the most strongest perfume that you can get. And this perfume really takes up like 15 to 25% of oil, aka juice. And this tends to be the strongest one because of just the amount of concentration, and also it disappears, evaporates faster, is that the way you say it? Disappears not as fast as the eau de toilette. The eau de toilette will like 80% of it will disappear after 4 hours, and then the eau de parfum will actually 70% of it will actually disappear after 4 hours. And so those are the differences between the two. And so when you're considering which one, like eau de toilette or eau de parfum, you actually need to consider how your body adapts and agrees to those scents. So for example, if you have a certain perfume that you like and your body naturally warms it up, and I talked about warming up in my first video, if you click on the cue card right here, it will talk about that a little bit more. And so when your body naturally warms up a fragrance, sometimes it can feel overpowering. So that fragrance that you like so much, you may want to get it in an eau de toilette because it's just too overpowering for you to wear in an eau de parfum. Or you have someone whose body naturally cools down a fragrance and they just cannot smell it often enough in an eau de toilette. They're going to get an eau de parfum instead because it's just a better option for them to actually smell the fragrance. However, you just need to be very cognizant and very aware if you cannot smell it. Perhaps other people can smell it and you do not want to overwhelm them. That's more of a fragrance etiquette conversation, which I could possibly do a video on, but I already have a class a little bit on that I can click in the link in the description below. I just want to say thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you really enjoyed this video and learning the differences between eau de toilette and eau de parfum. Give me a comment down below. What are your favorite eau de toilette perfumes? What are your favorite eau de parfum perfumes? And do you find that you like more eau de parfums or eau de toilette? So let me know in the comment below, and go ahead and click that subscribe button for the next video, and I'll see you later. Bye!